So let's start. Okay, shall we start? Okay, and the last week we started learning about the decision making. Okay, so one of the most important function of the manager is the manager or leader must make a choice, must make a decision. Absolutely, and we are learning about it though how we can make a better decision. And then in order to know that, we are learning about it how we can study about it the human decision making. And yeah, this is a summary of the traditional or the conventional decision making theories we understand about the human decisions. And yeah, with the humans, and throughout the whole our history, and we decide a lot of the important decisions, blah 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 blah. Okay, and however, in recent years, we started to apply that science to understand that why we made those kind of the decisions. And that's the start of the modern study of the decision making of the human beings. And then we apply the science. To understand our human decision making. And then that was done by the John von Neumann. Okay? And he proposed that the scientific understanding is like a mathematical approach to understand the human decision making. Okay? And he believed that we can convert all the human decisions by using the number. Then we applied it to math. Then we developed the mathematical models. That's a universal mathematical model for human decision making. Okay, that is mathematical calculation in searching for the universal minimum or the maximum. That is that math genius thinking. Okay, so in modern decision making, we started with rational decision making. We always maximize our profit, and we always looking for the minimize the cost. We always looking for the maximum, and we always looking for the minimum, regardless of the condition. That's our thinking, and that's the start of the human decision making. However, as you know, we cannot access to all the data. Okay, we can access to every time, even though if our the data or information or the situation, okay, or a lot of the data or if that is given, maybe we can make the right choice. But however, can we get all the necessary data in any situation, and can we access to the necessary information in any cases, and can we identify all the situation in a proper manner? No. So then we have a boundary. And we have a limitation. We have a limited data, information, or the situation, or the something. Okay. So then we cannot search for the universal maximum or the universal minimum. However, if we can define our boundary, okay, maybe we can find the local minimum and the local maximum. Okay, for example, so this is a universal outcome, and this is a universal maximum and universal the minimum. However, if we have these boundaries of the data, maybe we can find out this is a local minimum, this is a local minimum, local maximum, local minimum. So if we can set a certain boundary, maybe we can try to find out the local minimum or the local maximum with a simplified mathematical model. Okay, so that's a simplified math model. Okay, that is this, a process of making decision by constructing a simplified mathematical model. Okay, that extract the essence feature from the problems without capturing all the complexity. Okay, this is called the bounded rationality approach. And then this bounded rationality approach. And then this is a side march Simon, no. Simon, March, Syed, CMY, whatever, okay. Simon, March, Syed, and those three, the Carnegie Mellon University professors, and they developed this kind of the bounded rationally, okay? And then they propose a very interesting and a very important something, very important application to the business. And they propose a possibility of the thinking machine, computer. They used the computer. They started to use the computer. Okay, they started to use the computer to understand the human decision making. That was happened in the 1958, and during the in 1940s and the 50s, we started to use the computer. Okay, we use the computer to understand the human decisions and to make a better choice based on the bounded rationality approach. If we have a data, limited data, we can find out the local minimum or the local maximum. However, that does not guarantee that the universal outcome or the universal maximum, universal minimum. However, that's enough. That's enough. Because we try our best within a certain boundary. That's okay. Because that coined the bounded rationality, coined the garbage can model of the organizational choice, 1972. And then based on this kind of the bounded rationality, and the IBM and a few number of the scholars, they proposed that the thinking machine, that is IBM, that based on the bounded rationality, Carnegie Mellon schools, and the IBM researchers developed the intelligent machine. Okay, that's a start of the artificial intelligence. That's a start in 1970s. So artificial intelligence is not a new one. Absolutely. And personally, I was a mechanical engineer. I was a control engineer. And my major was a non-linear control system design. Okay. And I used a neural fuzzy logics for a controller. Okay, neural, that is, we call that is a neural network. Okay, that is becoming recently we call that is artificial intelligence. Actually, that is not very complex. And personally, the neural network is not a very complex one. And that is not a mathematical model. And that is just a tool. That is a tool to calculate and adjust. Okay, so we don't have a mathematical model, and we just input a lot. We just input a lot of inputs. We just input a lot of data. We just train them. We call that is a train. Okay, so there's a learning. We teach by using a lot of data. We teach the certain logic. We teach the certain network intelligence. Okay, so that we call that is a machine learning. We teach a certain logic with a certain controller by using a lot of data. Then if we input a certain new inputs, and that controller will give us a more reliable outcome according to the trained logic, trained controller. That is IBM. That is artificial intelligence. That's not very complex. And nowadays, somebody said about it. Okay, so deep learning. Okay, DeepMind or the deep learning. Okay, and then whatever. Deep learning or the machine learning, neural network, and the artificial, that's the same. That's the same. That comes from the Simon, March, and Syed bounded rationality. And that is in a certain, that is simply in a certain given condition or input. Okay, so we try to search for a local minimum and a local maximum. That's it. That's artificial intelligence, neural network, machine learning. That is applied for the IBM, and they created the intelligence machine, and the name was a Deep Blue. And in 1970s, that was started to apply that the neural network or the machine learning or the artificial intelligence, and gradually that is getting better as the time goes by, or as we input more data. Okay, and then 2003, the IBM thinking machine win over the world chess champion. That's 2003. And however, do you remember the Koji? Okay, so the IBM, Google AlphaGo beat the Koji a few years ago. That's 2017, 16, 17. Do you remember? Koji, 2017. And since then, nobody wins over the Google AlphaGo. So artificial intelligence is much more excellent. AI beat the human brain, at least in the Go game. Do you know the Go game? Go game. What is in Chinese? Go game. Go game. Yeah. The 바둑. 커지의 바둑 in Chinese. Yeah. What is it? What is in Chinese? Belinda, what is the Go game in Chinese? In pinyin, yeah. 国际象. Hey, what is that? 国际. Can you please let me have the Chinese letter? 国际象棋. Belinda, what is that in Chinese? 국기, 围棋. 국기. 围棋. 그래서 국기, 위기? Okay, so whatever. 围棋. So yeah, since the CodeGS lost, and then no human brain win over the AlphaGo at the Go game, unfortunately. Okay, so can we say that the AlphaGo is much more intelligent than the human brain? Can we say that? Because that artificial intelligence wins over the chess game, and the artificial intelligence wins over the Go game, and can we say that the intelligence machine is much more smarter than the people, smarter than a human being? Can we say that? Yes or no? 围棋. In terms of the Go game, yes. Okay, and maybe we'd better to understand that what is the purpose of the artificial intelligence. Return back to the history. So why Simon, March, and Syed studied about the bounded rationality of the human beings, and what is the purpose of that? What is the purpose of the studying about research about the bounded rationality of the human beings, and that drives us to making artificial intelligence. Okay, the purpose is we can make a better choice, better decision. If we understand the decision making, and maybe we can make a better decision. And do you believe that the AI can help us to make a better choice? As the Simon, March, and Syed wanted, the AI is helping us to make a better decision. Do you think so or not? I hope so. I hope so, but I don't know. I'm sorry. But really, I don't know. Okay, because at the neural network where the artificial intelligence is quite adaptive. It's quite adaptive, but it is not, but that is not adaptive, but not robust. Artificial intelligence is adaptive. That's changing. That's changing continually. Okay, that artificial intelligence, we are always looking for the better solution. That helps some, yeah, that help us. That help us to find a better solution, probably. But from my experiences and from the research, and we know the artificial intelligence or thinking machine is not robust. It's not robust. That means that, okay, sometimes that the artificial intelligence give us a very strange answer. For example, AlphaGo, okay? AlphaGo, yeah, whatever. So nowadays that AlphaGo is evolved to the AlphaGo somehow. Okay, anyway, AlphaGo, and in our human sense, okay, in our human sense, we cannot understand what are they doing. For example, a few years ago, and IBM developed that language, okay, language AI, and Harvard, yeah, based on the language system, okay, so they developed that the two language systems, and then they talk with the human beings, and at that time, that's okay. However, one language AI to another the language AI, and they try to communicate, and the people just let them have a communication, and then gradually they are speaking in a totally alien language. They started to talking alien language that does not help us to understand. That's totally getting out of the sense. So then what we did, the AI engineers, what we did, we just demolished that. We destroyed them. We destroyed them. Because we cannot understand. We cannot make sense. Okay? And do you remember the Age of Ultron, the Avengers? Age of Ultron, Avengers, Age of Ultron. Okay, and what did the Ultron did? What the Ultron did? Ultron is artificial intelligence. Do you remember? Ultron was artificial intelligence, and Ultron learned by himself, and what the Ultron's final decision? Eliminate human race. That was Ultron's decision after a lot of the learning. Okay, good. Yeah, probably. But Herbert, what if? Can you accept this? As a human race, as a human being, can you accept this? Eliminate the human race in order to save the Earth? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? No. But AI do. AI does. Really, because that's not robust. There is no limitation. And even though that they got a very strange answers, they got a strange conclusions or something, they have no idea it doesn't make sense or no. Only the humans can do that. Okay. Unfortunately, in business, we are substitute a lot of people with thinking machine. Not a thinking machine, thinking logics, thinking machines. Nowadays, lawyer, accountant, business problem solvers, many. However, I think that's not good for us. That's not good for us. I know that the humans are totally limited and the human brain has a lot of limitations. We are biased and we have heuristics and we make a lot of mistakes. But what's the purpose of the AI? Why the humans develop the AI? To get help, to get support. However, the AI dominate us? That's a different story. So AI is one thing, and the AI was originated from the bounded rationality. Okay, that's from us as economists and the computer scientists, in order to make a better choice. The purpose of developing the AI or the thinking machine was, we want to get a help from the AI to make a better choice, better decision. That was our purpose, and let's do not forget about this. AI cannot substitute us, the human. However, we frequently encounter the ultron. Human engineers, we encounter those kind of cases a lot. Bad AIs. Really. It's not difficult. It's not very rare. It's quite common. Then we destroy. We destroy the artificial intelligence. I don't know what will happen if we just go for more the AI applications to substitute or to replace the human brain. I don't know. But however, as a former engineer, as a former control engineer, that's not the purpose of that. Artificial intelligence is adaptive, but however, that's not robust. Okay, that's not robust at all. That's my concept. Okay, whatever. So maybe you will have a chance to talk more about the artificial intelligence. Anyway, and then we stopped talking about the decision under the uncertainty, bias and the heuristics, because we are the emotional creature. We are emotional, and we are highly subjected to the unknown. Okay, if we are situated in the unknown or the uncertainty, our choice or our decision is totally awkward. It's getting more strange. And that is conceptualized the prospect theory. Okay, so maybe we will go forward of that. Okay, however, before going to that, and we talk a little about it, the John Nash. Okay, John Nash is beautiful mind. John Nash is a math genius, and he proposed the Nash equilibrium. And then, yeah, the Nash equilibrium help us to understand that the rational decision makings under the non-corporate game. Okay, we call that a game theory. That's a game theory. And do you know the game theory? Did you heard about it? The game theory, and yeah. So you learned about it. So I don't need to repeat that. Okay. Yeah, do I need to repeat that? Do I need to explain a little? Or I don't need to repeat that again? Okay, good. So thank you. So I don't need to repeat that the game theory again. So however, yeah, here there is a decision-making prisoner's dilemma and the Nash equilibrium. Okay, And then you know that Yoshi and the Xavier and the two non-corporate gamers, and they play with that, and they choose a certain decision. So we call that equifinality. Okay. So then, regardless of that, and that they do not choose this, they do not choose this, they do not choose this, and they're always looking for a certain specific equilibrium. 8 years, 8 years. Okay, so that's a prisoner's dilemma. Prisoner's dilemma in a non-corporate game. Okay, that's it. That's a rational approach. That's a rational approach. Okay, good. And then, yeah, from today we will go forward. And then decision under the uncertainty, because of we are the emotional creature. We have limitations, and we try, and the Zvarsky and Kahneman and those two psychologists and the economists, they try to understand why people make a stupid choice. And they focused on the understanding the environment, situation, and they found out very strange things under a high uncertainty. Okay, we make a very strange choice. Not because of our brain, and we do not use our brain in a certain high uncertain situation, but our emotions work. Our psychology works. And they conceptualized that as prospective theory. Prospective theory in 1979. They proposed that the prospective theory, and that is simply traditionally the rational approach or the thinking machine, those kind of things come from the economists, like a quantitative scientific approach, science. However, the Tversky and Kahneman, they said that they thought humans is not a machine. Human is not a machine. So we have an emotion, and we may have a limitation. We are not a thinking machine. So they experimented a few number of the interesting games to understand the human bias and heuristics. And then, we will go forward, and then based on that, and then a few number of the economists and a few number of the psychologists, a few number of the scholars, they propose that the behavioral economists nudge and the unconscious manipulation of the human behavior. That's why we are going this week. Okay, let's go forward. I don't need to replace this. Okay, good. Then let's go. Give me a second. Yep. Let's go. Okay, can you see this? We are going to the more recent decision-making approach. Okay, and then we will see about the contemporary approaches to this decision-making and the perception bias and heuristics. A little. We'll go forward. Okay, good. Then we start with a very simple game. Can you see this game? Three games, and we start. Okay, and please say yes or no. Please say yes or no. Okay, the first game. No, not first game. Okay, the third game. Third game first. Okay, third game first. Okay. You have $150 in your pocket. Yeah, you just guess you have 150 RMB. You have 150 RMB now. Okay. A gambler offers you a proposition, and the gambler, I propose you. Okay, I propose you. Okay, I will let you have $300 in cash. 300 RMB. Okay. Cash against your 150 on the honest flip of a coin. And then, do I have a coin? Coin. Flip coin. I don't have a coin. Yeah, okay. So let's see. Can you see this? This is front and this is back. Front and back. Okay, front and back. And I toast this. I toast this. I toast this. And then you have a 1.5 and a 1.5 chance and a 1.5 chance. Okay. the head or tail, front or tail. Okay, so I toss this. So 50%. Okay, so if I flip over, okay, if the head, okay, so if I got a head, and you will win. You will win, and you will get the $300. You will get the $300 if that is front. Okay, and however, if that is tail, if that is back, okay, I will win, and you will lose your 150. Okay, so then in this case, will you join this game? Will you play with this game? Play or no? Yes or no? Will you play this game or no? No. Why no? No. No. Yes or no? Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. Okay, let's do the second game. Let's do, yeah, maybe I'd better to start with the first game. Okay, let's do the second game. Okay, and you own a car valued of 50,000 RMB. The car is yours, and the same. That's the same. Okay, we play the same game. We play the same game. Okay, and then okay, so if I got a front, if you got a front, okay, you will get the 30,000 RMB. However, if you got a tail, okay, and you will lose the 30,000 RMB. Will you play the game or no? 50 RMB, 50,000 RMB. Will you play or no? 50-50. 50-50. Will you play the game or no? Yes or no? No. Play. Yes or no? No. What do you play? Okay, whatever. And let's do the third. Okay, you own a house valued at 150,000 RMB. 150,000. That's a big money. That's a big money. Okay, the same situation. If you got a front, okay, you will get the 30,000 RMB. However, if you got a tail, okay, you will lose your 150,000 RMB. Will you play the game or no? 50-50. Will you play or will? Okay, no play. Alan, will you play? Vicky, where are you? Seaman, Serena, I know you. Ho, 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 ho. Vicky, yes. Ren, Rainy, Rainy, Blues, Jora, no, something wrong. Shambibo, no. That's natural. Absolutely, that's natural. Okay, because we are biased. We have a bias. Okay, almost nobody want to play this game because that's too risky. Don't you think so? That's risky. The first one is totally risky. If you lose the game, and you will lose the 150,000 RMB. And however, many will play this game. 150 RMB, probably play. Why we have this kind of things? And however, according to our rational thinking, okay, that is same, 150% and 50-50. So that must be the 50% and 50%. But however, no, that no play, probably play. That is this. We have a different prospect according to our perception, according to our different emotions. We want to avoid the risk. Because we are sensitive to loss. than gains. When you think about the game of the first, and did you think about it the gain? No, maybe you are very sensitive to the big loss. Okay, so then you may have you are much more sensitive to the loss, while you are not very sensitive to the gain. Okay, this is positivity, this is negativity. Positive, negative. Okay, so we call this is a prospective theory. Human emotions act in making a choice. Positive, not much significant. Negative, work much more better. So, negativity is much more powerful than positivity. Because we are human beings, because we have emotions. So that is this. Where significant sums are involved, most people reject a fair gain in favor of the certain gain because we are more sensitive to our loss. I don't care about the gain. I don't care about the gain. But however, I calculate my loss when that is getting more significant. Like this. Here, here. Okay? So, people are less likely to accept a loss. Negativity. So then, negativity is powerful than positivity. Okay? So, that is the reason why the punishment works better than reward. Do you think so? Punishment works better than the reward? Yes or no? In some cases, in many cases, in many cases. Okay, for example, I would play with you. Okay, if you do not submit your AS on time, okay, on time, I will penalize you. Okay, I will penalize you. Okay, so that's 100 point. Okay, and Harvard, I will suggest another one. If you submit AS on time, I will give you 10 point. I will give you, okay, 10 more point. Yeah, between these two, what will work better? Okay, if that is unfair, okay, so if you do not submit AS on time, okay, I will penalize you to 10 point. If that is okay, absolutely. So people, the managers, we play your human bias and human emotions. We play human emotions for good or for bad. Okay, and do you remember the psychological warfare? The psychological warfare is very important. That's a 심리전. Yeah, what is that? 심리전. Let's see. 심리전. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So according to the art of war, and we must be masterful. We must be good at the play with the psychological warfare. Okay, so that is this. Do you remember? Do you know this? In order to win without fighting. And do you agree with this? In order to become a good business problem solver, in order to become a good manager, we must be skillful in playing the human mind. Human mind. That is the reason why we are learning about this. That is our business work. Even though that is a game theory, but however, that is mainly studied by the economists. But however, we business guys, we play the game. We play the game. Then we must have a good understanding about it, of how we work better, how we can manipulate the human mind in order to influence on their choice, decision making. Okay. For example, why we use this 199? Okay, so that's a 10. Okay, so 9.99 versus 10.05. Will you buy the $9.99 something or the $10 something? 9.99 or the 10.00. You are hooked by the 9.99 because our mind is anchored by a certain the number, because we don't want to lose my game. If somebody want to get a 9.99, okay, so, and I don't, and I choose at the $10, oh yeah, this is my loss. But actually that is just a $0.01 something. But we choose 9.99 because we are human beings. Yes or no? Are you hooked by the 9.99? Okay, 99.999. Because we care about this. We care about this. We are sensitive to the negativity. We are much more sensitive to the negativity. Punishment, loss, regret. Because we regret. Regret make the people avoid the choosing a more progressive or the more positive choices. For example, okay, so how about this? Oh, Gaokao, yeah, Gaokao. Okay, Gaokao, no, Gaokao, Gaokao. Okay. So, are you satisfied with your Gaokao score? Are you satisfied with your Gaokao score around 1 year? 2 years ago. Oh, okay. Then let's go forward. Let's go forward. Okay, why did you get those unhappy score? Why did you get those unhappy score? Okay, maybe you think for my case, I was lazy. I need to work hard. I was lazy. I was stupid. And I shouldn't. Okay, I shouldn't play online game. Okay, I should not. I should not. Okay, should not. Okay, I should. Okay, should not play the online game, and then I should not meet my friend. Okay, I needed to focus on studying. And you feel very similar? You feel same with me? Then I regret. We regret. Oh, I shouldn't be lazy. I should work hard. I must be wise enough, and I should expect that I should do something better. I should not play the game, and I should not play with my friend, and I need to focus on my studying. Okay, regret. Because we lose. We lost the chance. We lost the chance. However, you got a Gaokao score. At least you got a Gaokao score. Gaokao score. You got a Gaokao score, and you got enough Gaokao score to come to WKU. Don't you think so? But you must be happy in a certain amount. But do you think about your happiness to come to the WKU because of your Gaokao score? Probably no. You don't care about this. You just focus on this. You just, if I got more than 720 Gaokao score. What is the maximum? What is the maximum Gaokao score? I know that depends. Okay, in Zhejiang. Okay, so what is the maximum Gaokao score? Okay, what if you got a 720? 720. What if you got a 720? Huh? You are very happy about your Gaokao score? And do you have any friend who got a 720? Do you have a friend who are very smart enough to get a 720 score or something, and he or she is happy? Friend of your friend? Then please ask the friend, and he or she is happy, and he is totally happy to come to the best of the best school, and happy to do something better in the college, and he is doing. I don't think so. Then he or she may think about, I was stupid enough to lose a few number of the scores. I didn't get the 750. I lose 30. I was stupid. Because that we are human beings. Okay, that's human. That's a human being. That's generally. However, there is exception. However, generally speaking, humans are more sensitive to the loss, negativity, than the gain, positivity. That's the prospect theory. This is the prospect theory. Okay, that's a prospect theory. Then we call this kind of the different emotional action as we have a bias. We have a bias. Our human emotions work. Okay, we come back to the game. This game, in theory, okay, in thinking, in rationality, in thinking, in calculation, the three games are same. But however, why people choose yes to this game and no to this game? Because we are biased. We are sensitive to the loss, and we are not sensitive to the gain. That's a bias. Emotion work. Okay? Traditionally, we think our brain works Okay, that's the traditional our understand. Our brain, our calculation, no emotions work in our decision making. But however, the prospective theory from the Jabotsky and Kahneman, since then we understand better about the human decision makings because we admit and we think human emotions work when we make a decision. It's getting more normal. It's getting more general. Okay? Do you agree? We also have a brain and heart. That's our human creature, I think. Many times, traditionally, we do not think about our heart. Traditionally, but however, from the Jabotsky and Kahneman, okay, we consider about our heart in decision making. That's the power of the prospective theory. That's our better understanding about the human beings. So, in order to understand the human decision makings, we use our science. We use our quantitative science, calculation, or our brain. However, nowadays, in management especially, okay, we consider about the human emotions together to make a decision. We must be good at manage our brain, and we must be good at manage our heart. That's a management. That's management problem. Okay, this is one of that. However, I'd better to go another one. Okay, and yeah, before going to there, okay, so let's think about it. The mask. Okay, in China, are you wearing a mask? In China, are you wearing a mask recently? And I want to ask why. Why? Why you wear a mask? What do you mean, Tail? I love yourself. I love yourself. I love myself. What does that mean? To protect yourself? I want to be. Oh, okay. To protect yourself or to protect the others? Okay, choose one. To protect yourself or to protect the others? To protect your father, mother, or your grandmother, grandfather? To protect yourself or to protect your others? Choose one. What's first? What's first? Oh, that's okay. Myself. Protect myself. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Good. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then, yeah, we agree. We agree that, okay, mask can help us to protect myself. Okay? Both, I know. But to protect myself, because if I lose my health, if I got coronavirus, okay, I lose a lot. Okay, and then probably somebody will think, okay, so if my parents got a coronavirus, if I infected somebody, I don't much care about it. It's okay. It's okay. However, yeah, let's think about it. Why Americans do not wear mask? Anybody have idea why the Americans do not wear a mask? Anybody idea? Any idea? Don't you think this is strange? Why Chinese, Koreans, and Japanese and many Asians are wearing the mask? But however, why Americans or the Europeans, they don't like to wear a mask? That's a culture? Let's think about it. Around 100 years ago, and there was a Spain flu. There was a Spain flu. Okay, at the time, the facial mask was popular in Europe and the U.S. Mask was not tabooed. What happened? Is that a culture? No, that's not a culture itself. That's recently formulated taboo in the US or the Europe. Something is wrong. Something is strange. That's not a. Don't say the culture. We must identify the more deeper meanings from that. I think that's a racism. In based on that, there is a racism. There is a racism. Americans or the Europeans, they started to think about it. A facial mask is for Asians who love to hide something. Do you wear the mask in order to hide something? Because you love to hide something, okay? So you wear the mask, facial mask. If that is not necessary, I don't like to wear the mask. I want to protect myself and I want to protect my people. But how do they think so? Americans think Asians love to hide something and that they take a facial mask. And that's strange. I think there is a certain racism under those kind of the choice. That's a bias. That's a bias. And they made a wrong choice. And from US and the Europeans, they didn't take the facial mask. And what happened? Now, what happened now? Pandemic. Why China and the Korea? Yeah, the coronavirus is getting better. Yeah, the management of the controlling the coronavirus is getting better, and better, because we take care of each other and we wear the mask, okay, and we wash our hands, okay. However, the Americans and the Europeans, they didn't. They didn't, because they have a wrong perception. They had a bias. The mask is Asian stuff. No, that's not our civilized something. Hey. And they don't care about it. The tracing somebody's the mobile phone or the credit card or the financials, because we respect our human right. What happened? Okay, a long story short. Okay, let's agree. We are stupid. We can be stupid. Absolutely. Let's agree. We are stupid. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because we are human beings. We are stupid. We have a right to be stupid. That's okay. But however, the only one problem is, can we manage that? Can we manage our stupidity or not? Only one problem. is that though, can we manage our stupidity or not? No. Yeah, absolutely, we are stupid. I know. Everybody know. You know you are stupid. You know I'm stupid. I know I'm stupid. I know you're stupid. It's okay. Because we are human creature. We have emotions. And that works. And that's how we survived throughout the 2 million years. That's what we are. Let's agree. Then let's try to avoid those kind of stupid choices. That's the reason why we are learning about it, the decision making in management course. And the many managers who are the heroes, and the many heroes like super leaders, and they think they are perfect. No, absolutely no. Even the artificial intelligence, that's stupid. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is intelligent word. No. Let's agree we are stupid. That's okay. Then that's the reason why we need to manage our stupidity. Okay. Whatever. So yeah, let's try to understand more about our stupidity, and then let's try to manage that. Let's try to learn more about those kind of the human stupidity and the human emotions. Okay, that would be more fun. That would be more. Recently, especially in the 21st century, we get to know much better about our emotions, and then that's the process of the we are getting more smarter. As long as we admit we are stupid. Okay, good. And today that is all. And any question? And or any concern? Yeah, in the reading material, there is a theory of that. There is an article about it, the prospective theory. Maybe you can read that, and that's not very. Yeah, however, that would be fun. That would be fun. Okay, good. Then can I see you on Wednesday? Wednesday, 7 p.m. tonight. Okay, good. Then I will see you. I will see you on Wednesday. And please admit we are stupid each other. That will help us. That will help us. Okay, bye, Theo. Bye, Angelina. Bye, Anastasia. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Hi, Blue. Bye, Blue. Ooh. Michael, bye. Michael, bye. Ellen, bye. G. Anastasia, yeah. 샌디보, 야, 바이바이바이. 토니 boy. 주 쇼핑, Nicole, bye. Yeah, what are you doing? 루원조. Wendy boy.